It's time now for a very special award recognising the enormous contribution of those working behind the scenes in soap. This year, though, there's one very significant difference. In memory of a true soap great who sadly died in March, we've renamed it the Tony Warren Award. Tony was, of course, best known as the creator of Coronation Street, inventing British soap as we know it, aged just 24. A determined young writer at Granada, he famously sat on a filing cabinet, refusing to come down until he was allowed to write about what he knew, ordinary folk living on cobbled streets. Along the way, he created some of TV's most iconic characters, gave us groundbreaking matriarchs and produced jobs for thousands, both in front of and behind the cameras. Here to tell us about this year's recipient is the actor behind Corrie favourite Jim McDonald. Please welcome Charles Lawson.
Good evening. Listen, it's very fitting that the recipient of this award was actually a friend of Tony Warren's, and he gained his approval during his 40 years at Granada TV and ITV. Tonight, it's with great honour that I can announce that the first Tony Warren Award will be going to the late James Bain. Maybe some of you will not be familiar with his name, but you'll certainly know some of the iconic street characters that James brought to our screens during his time as casting director of Coronation Street. Raquel, Wilson, Hume, Reg, Holdsworth and Jim and Liz McDonald, to name but a few. James was head of casting and contracts for both Coronation Street and Emmerdale. He never made one enemy, James. He was a good man. He was a decent man, and he was a rare man. He was known for nurturing talent and being hugely supportive of the entire cast and extremely passionate about soap and drama. So let's please take a wee look at why James Bain was so highly regarded and loved by all of us who worked with him.
You think of some of the great characters he cast, particularly in the 90s. Raquel, Fred Elliott, the McDonalds.
He just had the knack of seeing that special something in someone.
To the happy couple.
James was very good at finding new people and turning them into household names.
Mum, why did we have to have the back bedroom?
Obviously, he got me in as well, so, you know, the proof's in the pudding, people.
At the heart of soap is family, and one of the things that James was brilliant at was putting a family together, and they're very believable.
Simon and Nick were misbehaving in real life. James sent for me and he said, "Beverly, I need you to have a wee word with them." And I said, "I can't tell them off in real life. I'm not their real mum." And he said, "I expect you to." What the hell's going on?
Some of his castings were kind of slightly off the wall, but worked absolutely brilliantly.
Right.
James had a very, very good sense of humour, and I think he saw that in people.
I'm rather hoping that if all goes well, in the future she'll be taking a lot of my sausage.
And James just had an eye for those characters that fitted that brilliant writing, and thank God I was one of them.
I haven't got any clothes on!
Put my dressing gown on.
Sarah Lancashire as Raquel was one of the best finds of James Bain. She was brilliant in this.
Oh, and I met a Frenchman in coffee who taught me how to say, "Isn't it a lovely day today?"
So there you are, you're not a complete novice.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Not only was James across Coronation Street, but in his latter years, he was also responsible for Emmerdale. And I think you can see in the way that Emmerdale has developed James's influence, and he brought a kind of possibility to the show.
He just cared so much about each programme he was casting.
I think it's wonderful that James is being recognised with this award. It's a tribute to James in the work he did, but also James the person.
I have nothing but great memories of him.
Already, he is so, so missed.
James will be best remembered for his warmth and amazing sense of humour.
To collect the award in his honour, please welcome James's wife, Susan Rutherford.
He loved working with you. James would be thrilled and honoured to receive this award because it recognises not only his talents and energies, but those of his fantastic team at ITV, which he was so proud to be a part of. Thank you to them, to everyone at ITV, and to James's friends and colleagues throughout the industry for your extraordinary kindness, for sharing 40 years so joyously of James's life, and for being there with us both right to the end. Thank you.